All right, let's talk about a topic that a lot of couples are curious about, but, almost never really talk about out loud. It's one of those things that feels a little taboo. So today, we're going to bring it out of the dark and into the light, using a little bit of science. You know how it is in a relationship. When you're building that deep, intimate connection, all kinds of thoughts and questions pop up. It's totally natural. But let's be honest, some of those curiosities feel way harder to say out loud than others. And this is the big one. It's a question that gets typed into search engines all the time, but almost never asked face-to-face. So today, we're just going to ask it. We're going to look at this question through the lens of science, psychology, and maybe most importantly, safety. So what's the verdict from the medical world? Is this something that's safe, or is it a hidden risk? Well, the answer might actually be a lot more straightforward than you think. From a purely medical perspective, the answer is yes. It's surprisingly direct. Now, this comes with a huge if. If the mother is healthy and doesn't have certain infectious diseases, then her breast milk isn't harmful at all for an adult to consume. It's not poison, it's just food. Science doesn't see it as a taboo. I mean, people call breast milk liquid gold for a reason. It is jam-packed with proteins, carbs, fats, vitamins, the whole shebang. But what's really interesting here are the antibodies. For a newborn baby, these are absolutely crucial for building their immune system. But for a grown adult, your body just digests them like any other protein. But this experience, it's not really about nutrition for the adults, is it? There's a really powerful emotional and psychological side to this. So let's get into how this can actually build a way deeper connection between two people. The key player here is this amazing hormone called oxytocin. You've probably heard of it. It gets released during things like hugging or cuddling, and it's released in a big way when a woman is breastfeeding. They literally call it the love hormone because of the intense feelings of connection and trust it creates. And here's how that all connects. The physical act itself causes the brain to release that oxytocin, and that release is what strengthens the emotional bond. It's a chain reaction that can turn a simple physical act into something incredibly connecting. This quote just says it all, doesn't it? That hormonal flood isn't just a minor thing. It can literally amplify the feelings of trust, safety, and love that are already there, which is why for some couples, it becomes a really powerful act of intimacy. Okay, so we've established that it's generally safe and can be a really bonding experience. But now we have to get to the most critical part of this entire conversation. That safety we just talked about, it is not a guarantee. And yeah, that's a really big but. While the act itself isn't inherently dangerous, that safety comes with some major conditions. There are some significant risks here that you absolutely have to understand and respect. The single most serious risk is the transmission of infectious diseases. And we're talking about serious ones. Things like HIV, hepatitis B and C, and syphilis can all be passed from mother to partner through breast milk. So, this is the bottom line. Complete honesty and full knowledge of each other's medical history is non-negotiable. We're not playing around here. This is about your actual health and safety. It's that serious. Okay, a second risk, less severe but still important, is just basic hygiene. Sometimes the area around the nipple can have bacteria or even a minor fungal infection. So making sure everything is clean is essential to prevent those germs from causing an infection in the mouth. Now, let's just bust a common myth right now. There's this idea floating around that because breast milk is so good for a baby, it must have some kind of superpower effect on an adult man, right? Like building muscle or something. The reality? Nope. The amount an adult would consume is way too small to have any physical impact. This should only ever be seen as an act of intimacy, not some kind of workout supplement. We have covered the science, the emotions, and the risks. But we're going to end on the single most important principle that applies to this, and frankly, to any intimate act. You have to remember, a woman's body goes through massive changes during and after pregnancy. Her nipples can become incredibly sensitive, sometimes even painful. Pressuring her into doing anything she isn't 100% enthusiastic about is just, it's never okay. And this is the ultimate takeaway. This is the foundation for everything. If both partners are genuinely excited and comfortable, great. It can be a beautiful, private part of their connection. But if there is any hesitation, any discomfort from either person, the answer is a simple no. It has to be an enthusiastic, mutual yes. So we'll leave you with this thought. When you look at this whole topic through the lens of science and mutual respect, a lot of that fear and shame just kind of melts away. It stops being about breaking some weird taboo, and it becomes about making informed, safe, and consensual choices inside a loving relationship.